We have new information from the once mysterious deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa. The final autopsies of the couple were just released.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't see any, blunt force trauma. It's just strange that they would both be down, bro.
How the information in the reports stack up to what deputies in New Mexico saw the day they responded to the Hollywood legend's home and found the 95-year-old actor, his 63-year-old wife, and their dog dead in February of this year. We're on the case presented by Law & Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Before we get into this story, I want to start by talking about true crime news. The Law & Crime Docket is your one-stop shop for trending stories, thrilling body cams, and an exclusive look at brand new shows and podcasts from the faces you love. Sign up for our Docket newsletter by scanning the QR code you see here, or click the link in our description and the pinned comment right under this video. At the beginning of June, we'll pick 10 new Docket subscribers and we'll send them a Law & Crime hat. Winners will be announced in the newsletter. Okay, let's get into this story and the new information we're learning from the release of the final autopsies of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa. And this is information that we didn't know already. The Office of the Medical Investigator in New Mexico just released the final autopsy reports, and to this point, we knew that the couple was found dead inside their home on February 26th. No one had seen the couple for days. They were notoriously private people who lived in a $3.3 million home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Hackman was 95 years old, and he was married to Betsy Arakawa Hackman. She was just 63 years old. Betsy was considered Hackman's caretaker. For example, one of the final emails that Betsy sent the day before deputies believed that she died was about rescheduling a massage appointment. She writes, quote, G, meaning Hackman, woke up today with flu, cold-like symptoms, did a COVID test negative, but out of an abundance of caution, I should cancel my appointment tomorrow and rebook, say in a couple weeks, last week of February, if something is available. Thank you. Earlier this month, the Santa Fe County Sheriff released dozens of pieces of evidence from their investigation, including that email from Betsy Arakawa, as well as body cam video from the day deputies responded to the house and found the couple dead inside. To this point, we know that Gene Hackman died from a combination of Alzheimer's disease and heart disease. The medical examiner said he was in, quote, rough shape. He is believed to have died on February 18th, and that's when his pacemaker recorded its last event. We know that Betsy died before Gene Hackman on February 12th. Authorities say that she died from a rare but often fatal rodent-carried disease called hantavirus. The final autopsy report, first obtained by Fox News, confirms those details but adds more context. For example, it reads that Hackman had a biventricular pacemaker that was placed in 2019. According to the Cleveland Clinic, that means that his pacemaker was beyond the standard pacemaker. His was used to stimulate both the left and right sides of the heart, and it's used by people who in some cases have had heart failure. The document also states that Hackman had severe cardiovascular disease. His heart had a coronary artery stent, which is used to open a narrowed or blocked artery, and he also had a previous valve replacement in his heart. It's believed that Hackman lived in the home for 6 days after his wife passed away. It will forever be a mystery with the Alzheimer's disease that Hackman had, whether he knew that Betsy had died before him. I want to take a moment and talk about something important, because if you're like me, you do care about what you put into your body, but it can be really hard to find those high quality groceries at an affordable price. But that's where our partners Thrive Market comes in. Thrive Market has become, for me, a go-to online grocery store. I can shop healthy and sustainable products, and I don't even have to leave my house because they deliver it right to my door. And really the best part is Thrive Market does a lot of the heavy lifting because they restrict more than 1,000 questionable ingredients from all of the products they carry, so you don't have to look at the back and try and figure out what this chemical is or what that chemical is. They just don't put it into any of the products that they sell. This is one snack that I really like, these coconut oil sweet potato chips. They really hit the spot in the middle of the day when you got the cravings, but you don't want to give in to junk food. With Thrive Market, you can shop everything from pantry staples and snacks to even personal care items from the comfort of your home. Plus, their commitment to sustainability means you're not only taking care of yourself, but you're helping the planet as well. And they have an easy to use website. They also have an app so you can filter all your dietary preferences, whether you're keto, gluten-free, vegan, or you're just trying to make a healthier choice in your life. Thrive Market can help you with that. They really have something for everybody. So if you're ready to make healthy food as easy as just a couple of clicks, you can join Thrive Market today. Scan this QR code on your screen. We also have a link in the description to this video. And if you go to thrivemarket.com/onthecase, you get 30% off your first order and a free gift when you join Thrive Market today. Trust me, you won't regret it. The autopsy found trace amounts of the chemical acetone in Hackman's body. And according to Fox News, the level of that chemical in his system was at an amount that you typically see in people who have not eaten for a long time. The autopsy also didn't find that Hackman had hantavirus like his wife did. Betsy was found on the floor in a bathroom. A space heater was found near her head on the ground, which suggested that she had suddenly fallen and it fell with her. Near her was a dog in a kennel which died. It had just had surgery and was being contained, but when she passed, it was unable to get out to get food or water. Here's what deputies saw when they arrived.
3-7 Santa Fe. Oh no, that's a big dog, bro. Right there. We're gonna attempt to clear the house. Yeah, that's a big dog right there. Right there.
Is he back inside?
Yeah.
The German Shepherd?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All that's coming through is clear the house.
He was growling at us earlier when we first walked up.
He was growling?
Yeah.
3712 radio check.
We might
He's automatically.
want to ask for ET on AC.
What's the ETA on AC? We still need to clear the house, and there's a large German Shepherd inside.
A couple minutes out, I'm showing him passing Hyde Park and Horse Thief Canyon.
10-4, thank you.
I mean, unless you can somehow convince the dog to come to you, then.
Oh man.
Hi, puppy. Come here. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Is there a garden hose around? Come on. He's probably thirsty.
Yeah. There's a whole little stream on the other side they can drink out of.
Come on, buddy. Come here.
He's not.
No.
That's his mama.
Dude, that's a big dog.
Maybe Dwayne, the character, if you could get through. But they won't let him through. He's at
The German Shepherd's laying by her now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't gonna move.
No. I haven't heard from either one of them. And last time anybody heard from him was what? He saw me.
3712.
This door has a key in it. We can access through that door too.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go through his bathroom.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking.
Through his bathroom. He moved slow. Yeah, that's his bathroom. Now leave to the bedroom.
3712.
Acknowledge, sir, God.
Just be advised, it sounds like there may be two possible 10-7 individuals inside the residence.
Possible for individual.
Okay.
He's talking about this door, maybe?
Let me ask him.
That one? Yeah.
dude, I don't like this, especially with that big dog in here. That's there. That's this room right there, bro.
That's what.
I think that's where the dog's at.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think he's over here.
Is it that one?
He might be this one. I don't know if that might be the Hackman.
Yeah, it's gotta be downstairs, bro.
You'll notice in that video one of Hackman's surviving dogs standing guard over Betsy's body. At the time her body was found, Arakawa showed signs of mummification, according to deputies, meaning that she had been there for a long period of time and you were starting to see body decomposition. You might remember how much of a mystery it was when the Hackmans were found dead. There were no signs of forced entry into the home, no signs of blunt force trauma, no obvious signs of foul play. But there were so many questions that police still said there were suspicious circumstances surrounding the couple's deaths. Deputies initially were concerned that carbon monoxide was the reason they died. The fire department, though, did a search of the home and they didn't find any major leak. There was a small gas leak in the kitchen from the stove, but it wasn't enough to create carbon monoxide to kill the couple. Hantavirus as a cause of death for Betsy, that did come as a shock. According to the New Mexico Department of Health, there have only been 156 cases in the last 50 years in New Mexico, but nearly 40% of those cases were fatal. In the final release of evidence by the Santa Fe County Sheriff, they did notice that the Hackman's property had a bit of a rat problem. The New Mexico Department of Health did an investigation of the property and they found several sheds and garages had rodent activity. Even though the investigation found that the main house where the Hackmans were found, that did not have the presence of rodents, it may explain how Arakawa got that rare disease that eventually ended her life. Documents show that Betsy Arakawa did multiple Google searches in the days leading up to her death about the flu and COVID, and on the day deputies say she died, she made multiple phone calls to a local clinic. We've learned that hantavirus in the beginning can feel like the flu before eventually it becomes a fatal disease. When Betsy passed away without his caretaker and without people regularly coming to the home, it really paints a sad picture of what Gene Hackman's final days may have looked like inside this home, secluded away on a mountainside in Santa Fe, New Mexico. When Gene's body was found, he had a cane near him and sunglasses. He was in a mudroom near a door as if he was about to go for a walk. At no point in these videos will you see the bodies of Gene Hackman or his wife, as the court ordered them to be blurred.
I got feet.
Oh, I see feet too. We see feet over here.
This way. Oh yeah, he's been down for a while, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's down. He's been down for a while.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty. Well, we found the second one. Shit. Fuck, that sucks. He told you who this house is?
No, I haven't gotten that far yet, bro.
Gene Hackman. That's Gene Hackman.
Gene?
Gene Hackman?
Okay.
The actor?
Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm here. We just went to the house. It's 210-7, one wife, one female. One's being guarded by a
You guys want to keep going?
big German Shepherd, and we found the other one upstairs.
Okay.
No, I don't see any foul play, bro. I didn't look too close. I'm trying to figure out how to get closer to the second body with the German Shepherd right now. No, it's being butt on. Alright, I'll let you know. Alex is on the way though. Yeah, I got you, dude. Alright, bye. clear. Sounds like Alex is outside, so let's go head up there. I didn't. Do you want, bro? You can park it now. She's here. Yeah, we'll see what she says, bro. Where does this way go?
Deputies noted that Hackman's body showed the same signs of decomposition as his wife's did. The Hackmans were known to love their dogs. They had 3 on the property. 2 of them were found alive. One of them guarding Arakawa's body, the dog that passed, found in a cage not far from where she died. The next body cam video we have starts with officers in the room with the dog, and then they continue to make their way through the house.
Totally separate stuff.
Way separate. Like, he's on that side of the house. Upstairs. Yeah, we'll take you up there to him. And I thought it was kind of weird about how he was laying too.
Oh, buddy.
Like, it looks like he was trying to go outside and just dropped.
Well, it looks the same with her.
Yeah,
Given her.
where she's laying and everything.
Yeah, but he's.
And it would make sense on why that door was open. I still don't know what this leads to. Oh yeah, this is where we just were.
Some other switches in here.
Fan on. This. Well, do you feel it all open or where?
Which doors? These. I guess they're all unlocked most of the time, but I think this is the door he was talking
Were
about.
they open when you got here though?
That one that we first went through was open. See, he's up here.
This one should have like glass.
He's been down for a while.
Did you guys take photos and stuff?
No, I haven't taken photos yet.
Two totally separate areas.
No, it's strange.
One dead dog.
But yeah, I guess we want to get that German out, bro. So I think that's the first thing.
Dog.
Just before, what's his name comes here.
Who are you looking with? Was it?
For
Oh, for me?
yeah.
I just want to make sure there's not a gas leak in here, so let's
Yeah.
just crack a couple. Did fire bring out a?
I right whenever I got here, they all dipped out.
Did they bring one of their little
Um,
monitors or whatever for gas or anything?
I I don't know if they did. But do you know if they did?
I don't think they did.
No?
I don't think so.
I'll call dispatch and see if they can bring one over here.
Well,
That stove wasn't on or anything?
no, that's what I just checked. That's what, unless they have another one. But there's,
Something sounds like, unless it's the
it's
fridge.
something, and it's not that.
What's this?
But something, there's still like a
Smell.
a little bit from the beginning.
No, I agree. There's something kind of like a little stinky.
Really? Like I really need to talk to him. So that when you're outside, yeah. They might have not been down. How many days has it been?
Since last contact?
Yeah.
2.5 weeks. Yeah. And they don't really see them. No one really sees them other than phone texts. And I guess,
Very private people, like very.
so I guess last contact with her was about 2.5 weeks ago.
I think at this heat, it would probably be a little bit more.
This one over there, I think it's like 74.
Yeah, this is about 70. Like how they're doing it. Okay, so. Did you find anything better?
No, there was nothing by them.
Do you think, and that's his girlfriend?
Girlfriend, wife, I think. Sounds like she has the same last name.
The female's probably the one in the kennel. 11 years? Looks like it could be.
Yeah. Was it brown?
Yeah, it was a brown dog.
German Shepherd mix, yeah.
The German Shepherd mix, I think is the one that's running around
Yeah.
outside. That's the kind of aggressive one. It'll bark at you.
Not the male, right? Not the big one? that
Not
was-
the big one, no. Yeah, the other one is like a husky colored.
This one says a German Shepherd mix, 53 pounds. Just keep collar on at all times. I look like the policeman to the vet.
The other one did have a collar, that white Shepherd mix. The one in the kennel, I don't think had a collar.
And the other thing. It smells like gas.
You smell gas?
Like just.
Yeah. Like something.
Smells
But if there was a gas leak and they both went down, that doesn't make sense why those would be off.
So it's not on, but
I smell
you
gas.
smell it.
Yeah, I smell gas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start taking pictures.
These newly released final autopsies may close the book on the mystery of what happened to Gene Hackman and his wife in their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. But there are still questions about what's going to happen to Gene Hackman's estate that is worth tens of millions of dollars. Hackman's estate and family opposed the release of these autopsies and the body cam video and images that we've shown you. They squared off in court with media outlets who argued that the public had a right to know.
I don't believe that the press has any sort of vested interest in this case other than exploiting these deaths, these tragic deaths, for personal profit or gain.
Arakawa's mom, her only known living relative, included a statement in the estate's case saying, quote, "I humbly come before this court to request that this court respect my right to grieve in peace, and find that I have a constitutional right to avoid seeing images of my daughter's home, her dead body, her husband's dead body, and their dog's corpse. The public spectacle surrounding my daughter's death is one that no parent should have to live through. That was a statement first obtained by People. The press won in a partial ruling. The judge said that the body cam and autopsy could be released, but Hackman and Arakawa's bodies could not be shown, which is why you see them redacted in this video. I will say, per YouTube rules, we would have blurred out their bodies anyway. After 40 years and 2 Oscars in Hollywood, Hackman's estate is reportedly worth around $80 million. And we know that in 2005, Hackman's will stated that Betsy Arakawa was the sole beneficiary, so when he died, she would receive all their assets. But Betsy died first, just days before Jean. Betsy's will reportedly said that if Jean were to die before her, the remaining money would go to a charitable trust benefiting the community. That is according to The Hollywood Reporter. Media outlets have reported that Jean's adult children were not named as beneficiaries of Hackman, so it's unclear what type of access his 3 adult children, 2 daughters and a son, could have to their dad's fortune. People magazine reported that the Hackmans were laid to rest in a small private funeral recently, and Jean's 3 adult children, who were not in touch with the actor in the final months of his life, were in attendance to lay him to rest in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's fair to assume that the attention that this couple received after they passed was far more than what they would have wanted after living a life so privately for so many years. Pictures inside their home that the sheriff's office released show a couple where, even for all the fame and wealth that they had, they seem to truly love each other, just as so many other couples do, and even in their final years as Jean battled his health issues. This is one note that appeared from Jean to Betsy, wishing her a happy belated birthday, where he says, quote, "Sorry about the dinner and having to ask for your help." And here's a note that Betsy left Jean before it appears that she went to take their dog to an obedience class and a vet appointment. She signs it by letting Jean know that there's a puzzle waiting for him on the table. And this is another picture of a puzzle that Hackman was potentially working on at the time of his death. Deputies also found this note from Jean to Betsy saying, quote, "Morning, lovely girl." The pair was first married in 1991. It is unclear what the future will be for that $3.3 million mansion that the Hackmans lived in before they died. It's in a secluded part of Santa Fe that fit the private lifestyle that they sought for so many years after Jean's decades in the Hollywood spotlight. For On the Case presented by Law and Crime, I'm Chris Stewart. We'll see you next time.